Hello, students. This is one of the stories you have in your learning packet number 2. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then I have some questions that I want you to find the answer in the book and underline it once you find them. So follow along as I read. Matthew Henson by Catherine Scraper. Matthew Henson was the first man to stand at the top of the world. Matthew Henson was born on August 8th, 1866. North Pole, North America, South America. The top of the world is called the North Pole. Here is Matthew Henson at the North Pole. It is made of snow and ice. Matthew and his friend Robert Perry wanted to go all the way to the North Pole. They started their trip in July 1908. At first, they went by ship. The ship Matthew and Robert traveled in was called the Roosevelt. It was named after President Theodore Roosevelt. The men took the ship as far as they could. Then they and their helpers went by sleds. Dogs pulled the sleds over the ice and snow. Matthew had to make a path in the snow and ice. His helpers made igloos for everyone on the trip. Igloos are made in the shape of a dome from blocks or snow or ice. The men were able to sleep and stay warm in them. Matthew had to hunt, trap, and fish for food. Matthew found fish, foxes, polar bears, seals, walruses, and other animals for food. He had to use a compass to make sure he and the other men were going the right way. This is the kind of compass Matthew used. Matthew made it all the way to the North Pole. On April 6, 1909, Matthew helped put a United States flag at the North Pole. He is the middle person in this photograph. He took photos of the trip and wrote about the trip so that people back home would know what it was like. Here is Matthew on his way back home. Today, we still think about Matthew and the trip he took. Here are some questions. Look at page 3. Which labeled continent is closer to the North Pole? Question 2. What 2 ways did Matthew and the other men travel to the North Pole? 3. Look at page 11. What is the meaning of the word dome? Question 4. Look at page 12. What examples help you understand the meanings of the words hunt, trap, and fish? Question 5. What is the purpose of a compass? Question 6. How long did it take to reach the North Pole? Question 7. Look at page 14. What does the photograph show about the North Pole and what the men did when they got there? Question 8. Why did Matthew Henson and Robert Perry want to go all the way to the North Pole? I want you guys to underline the answers in the book that was provided in Learning Packet number 2.